What's up, Pathways Church? Welcome to the last daily dose this week. I'm your worship pastor, Nathan Purifoy. And all week, we've been talking about different lists, where they are in the Bible and what they say about us as believers. So if you haven't seen any of them yet, or if you've missed a couple of them, make sure you go back and check them out. I think that they are fascinating. Today, we're talking about the least known of these lists. This one seems a little obscure to people. This is Paul's building blocks, and it starts in 2 Peter. Chapter 1, starting at verse 5, it says, "For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to your goodness, knowledge, and to knowledge, self-control, and to self-control, perseverance, and to perseverance, godliness, and to godliness, mutual affection, and to mutual affection, love. For if you possess these qualities in increasing measure, they will keep you from being ineffective and unproductive in your knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ." These are building blocks. He says, if you have faith, make sure you add to your faith goodness. And if you have goodness, make sure you add to your goodness knowledge. And if you have knowledge, make sure you add to your knowledge self-control. And he goes on and on and on and on. And the very first thing he mentioned in all of this was faith. The very first building block that we need is faith. And then after that, we start taking our next step, one after the other. And he paints this roadmap of exactly what to work on. And once we've gone down this and we think, I'm actually pretty good. I'm all the way at step 7, 8, 9, 10. And we get to that finish line that he mentions. What do? We go back to faith. And we keep adding from there. It's so important to know where your next step is and to be taking your next step in your relationship with Jesus. We give you next steps. We talk about it all the time. If you're a new parent, we have one of the next steps we give is baby dedication. If you're a new believer, or maybe you've been a believer for a long time, but you haven't taken the step of baptism, that would be a next step for a lot of people. There's so many great next steps, but he talks about something that's going on internally. He's talking about developing who we are on the inside and taking that next step at every point with our relationship with Jesus to make sure that we're growing closer and closer to him. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week while we go over some of these really fascinating and fun lists that are written in the Bible. I can't wait to see you guys Sunday morning.